Everything you see online is fake. Everything.
Mikayla Nogueira is getting a little heat again. What is new? The things you can count on is death and Mikayla Nogueira pissing people off. So let's get into it. So Mikayla Nogueira is constantly in some trouble, and now is no different. So she recently first put out a video about her saying how she's out of touch and she realizes like the influencer life kind of changed her.
At the end of 2025, I had an extremely eye-opening epiphany that I am completely fucking lost and I don't know who I am. By the way, everything I am about to tell you in this video, I do not expect you to care. I'm simply telling this for those who do and because I'm being asked.
No, I think she wants people to care, but whatever. And we should care. We should care about people hurting and being upset. But it's hard for me not to think it's manipulative. But I'll take her at her word for now.
Mainly because you're going to see a massive shift in me, and I need you to understand why.
Spoiler alert, we don't. So far, we haven't since this video. We've just seen more of the same.
The last 6 years, I have been completely immersed in influencer culture. And fuck, I told myself I was not going to cry, and I'm not going to. But in the last 6 years, I feel that I have completely, lost myself. God damn it, guys. I feel that I have gone down a path that I never wanted to go down. And I'm disappointed in myself.
I feel like if she really was disappointed in herself, we would see a change. And I'm saying this because I know what happens after this video. So I just, it's hard for me to trust what she's saying here. And I do think there's a lot of influencers who have huge followings and they don't get involved in this influencer culture because they already have like a better understanding of themselves. So I don't think it feels like a cop out to be like, oh, I've been in this influencer scene. That's why my personality is like this and why I've been acting this way. This video is really long, so I'm going to sum up some of it. She does go on to say like she worked really, really, really hard, which I do believe. Spent so much time and effort into it. So that's summing up a big chunk of what she said here. I believe she did work hard. Good. A lot of people work hard. Proud of you, girl. You just happened to really hit the lotto and do well. But a lot of people work hard.
Everything you see online is fake. Everything. When you're an influencer, you are not present. You are planning your every move. You're planning what is the next clip? What is the next clip? What is my next video? What am I doing? What is the content? Everything you do is content. You may stat out with the best intentions, which obviously I did. But when you start seeing the views and the numbers and you become obsessed. I'm just saying, every influencer understands this.
I hope she started out with the best intentions. I really do. And I get that, you see the views go up and you see the money and it does kind of warp your view and your whole life does become about, oh, more content. What could I push out? And you do kind of get a skewed reality of like, oh, I need to get attention, so I'll do this. And it does warp you. But I don't think it does it to everyone. Once again, I think depending on what your morals already are, it depends, right? I'm not sure what her morals were before becoming an influencer. I think there's a lot of people who make a lot of money and are doing very well, but that doesn't mean they will do anything for a dollar, right? Like they still have their standards and they will not cross those. It's a little bit of a cop out for her to kind of blame it on like the social media stuff. I think we all have a responsibility to still be accountable to ourselves and to others.
Up myself. How can I do better this time? How can I get more views, more engagement? I mentioned, we know this career is not forever. So we're doing everything we can to hustle to make money. Anyways, some influencers get fucking lost. Me being one of them. Anyways, so I have this epiphany that I don't know who the fuck I am. And I start thinking about my future. What it took for me to have this random epiphany is I reconnected with one of my closest friends from high school. And they didn't see me as the influencer Michaela. I hadn't seen them in 10 years. They just saw me as the Michaela they knew before I was an influencer, and that fucked with me so much. Not gonna lie, it flipped my world upside down. Comments saying I've lost touch and I'm obsessed with consumerism and the finer things in life and just the designer and all the bullshit. I see that. You are right. You are right. I'm fucking lost. Catching up with that friend, they made me realize that none of that shit fucking matters.
Okay, she goes on for a while talking about what she wants and what she wants for her life and stuff. Go watch the whole thing if you want to see it, but I didn't think we needed to watch all that.
But now everything I do and everything I say is so picked apart. It's insane. Like, I feel like I can't say anything or do anything, and the joy that I used to get from doing this does not exist anymore. Now,
Can say stuff. It's just that you've lost so much trust with like your audience because of the behaviors and actions you've been doing. That's why you're getting criticism. If people see you changing, I think things will go a lot better. So hopefully you will. Once again, I know what happens, and she's not changing. But yeah, it's like people are going to comment when they see that you're not really caring about anything, deceiving and manipulating them to buy stuff.
And it's good. I'm glad she recognized that, and hopefully she will change. I hope so. Like, I mean, I don't think she's a bad... Well, I don't know if she's shelling products to people and not really caring if they're good quality. I don't know. That's iffy. I don't know. But hopefully she's a decent person. So, but I hope this did enlighten her a bit. I always find it funny when people say, like, they had to realize this by, like, running into someone they knew from before. If you don't have self-awareness of yourself, like, in general. But I get it. A lot of people are like that. I've heard that a lot. That people realize they're out of touch when they see someone from their old life. I get it, but it's just weird. And I guess a lot of people just don't have a lot of self-awareness in general, but if that's what it took to get her to realize, that's great. But it seems like that didn't make her realize, because not too long after, she made a video talking about Lemi Purr.
okay, I have an embarrassing confession. And if you're my grandma or my mom, and I know you watch my videos, if you could just scroll on this one, that would be great. I have never been eaten out. I know. When I first told my friends this, their jaws dropped. I'm gonna tell you why. I am so terrified that I'm gonna taste like shit. I'm just being honest. But in the new year, I'm all about trying new things, okay? And when I saw Lemi Purr was viral, this is a vaginal probiotic gummy, I was like, you know what? Let's try it. So for the last month, I have been taking these in preparation to have my life changed. They taste really good. Support the health and freshness of the down there. I always heard growing up that pineapple literally does help down there. So the fact that these are a pineapple gummy that you can take every day, I was sold. Someone who's been
Honestly, just eat a pineapple then. It's cheaper and probably way better for you.
terrified to do that. This is giving me a little more confidence. So thank you, Lemi Purr. I appreciate you. And I'll let you know how it goes.
Interesting video. And this is one of, like, the Kardashian products. This is, I think, oh gosh, Kourtney? I don't really know the Kardashians that well. But I think it's Kourtney's product. And these supplements aren't known to be the best. I don't know that much about supplements, but I did watch someone talk about it who knows about it more, and they go by Be Better, and he discusses this.
I have a master's degree in botanical medicine, and today I'm going to use it to expose why this brand by Kourtney Kardashian is one of the biggest scams I have seen in the supplement industry in a very, very long time. So more specific. So initially I went to try the matcha because I love matcha, and this was my first red flag. For those of you that can't see, it's essentially the same size as a Skittle. So for me, this was a red flag because I know, as somebody that literally has done manufacturing for these types of supplements before, there's only so much room where you can fit in these medicinal ingredients into this tiny little gummy, because the vast majority of these gummies need to be other things. They need to be natural flavors, sometimes gelatin and sugar and all these different things, which is typically why high-end, high-quality supplements are in capsules and not made into gummies, because you have to compromise essentially the efficacious dosing that you need to get the results that you want. So then I decided to read a little bit more into it, and I was extremely, honestly shocked to see that Kourtney Kardashian is engaging in something called proprietary blends. So for those of you that don't know, this is very important, so stick with me. Proprietary blends are essentially when supplement companies will tell you there's 100 milligrams of these 3 ingredients in our product, but they don't tell you the breakdown of how much of each ingredient is going into it. So this to me is extremely unethical. It's very dishonest. I will never consume a supplement that has proprietary blends, because as a consumer, it's relevant to me. If you are advertising a product that's going to be helping my health, I deserve to know the actual breakdown.
I agree. A lot of times these supplements have such small amounts of the active ingredient, it's almost negligible. You might as well be eating healthy foods. Just eat the food with those vitamins or that mineral or whatever you need, instead of taking these gummies that are probably a lot of sugar and gelatin and really aren't really that beneficial to your overall health, especially when it comes to Lemi Purr. When you're talking about using a gummy to make down there, I guess, taste better or smell better. I don't know. It seems weird to use a gummy for that. Plus, it's like you could just eat healthy and properly. And also, it's like, it does feel strange to be selling a product for that purpose. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just being a little critical, but it's like, I don't know. That feels very scammy to tell women like, oh, you have to make sure it tastes good down there. Which I know everyone's self-conscious. Obviously, especially with women, we want to be perfect. So I'm not dogging on people who are using this or trying to use products to do that, but it's like, it's probably better just to eat healthy and be healthy, and your body's gonna react better to that and probably have the same outcomes, or not better, than taking like these supplements, especially from other influencers or really wealthy people who haven't had the best track record of selling products that were quality. There's been so many businesses of theirs that have failed, and it doesn't seem like they have a lot of ethical behavior behind a lot of their companies, and it's just, it doesn't feel like these are genuine products that they care about and that they actually care about the customer. It just seems like, how do we get some money? And this video of Michaela's felt exactly like that as well. Like, I know I said like I'm out of touch and like I want to fix that and yada yada yada, and oh, by the way, here's this product again. And once again, it didn't say that it was sponsored, but it probably was. And once again, it's like, girl, have you not learned anything? Like, you just wanted sympathy from that first video. You've been getting a lot of hate, and you're like, oh, I'll make myself seem sympathetic, which she does a lot. She'll have like a random video where she's crying and be like, oh, it's hard, and people think I'm ugly, and then people are like, oh, girl, oh, I'm sorry. And then she does something like this again. So it's like, I don't think she's learning, or she does know, and she's just like, you know what, I'm gonna get my money. Like she said, she knows this isn't gonna last forever. So maybe she's just trying to get her money quick, and then is like, you know what, I'll deal with the consequences later. But what do you guys think about all this? Do you think these supplements are worth getting? Would you buy these supplements, or would you just eat healthier? I know for me, I have a lot of health issues, and I'm supposed to get all kinds of supplements. First, they're expensive. Second of all, I really don't think they have a lot of the ingredient in them. So I just choose to eat healthy and find the fruits and vegetables and foods that have those vitamins and minerals that I need, and do it that way. A lot of people dislike certain food tastes and like your body can't handle them. I'm aware of that. I have a lot of foods that I can't handle. It's harder, so it is a hard situation, but you kind of have to play around with it. But love to hear your opinions below. Thanks so much for joining. Bye!